Heidi.
You're alive.
Mea, a successful defense attorney, and her spouse, Cal, are experiencing troubles in their marriage. The issues include Cal's emotional connection with a childhood companion and his strong ties to his mother and brother, suggesting Mea is not his top priority. In a counseling session, Cal abruptly leaves to tend to a call from his ailing mother, leaving Mea to conclude the session alone. Despite Cal's emotional affair and his mother's illness, Mea grapples with keeping his secrets and managing expenses. At Cal's mother's 60th birthday celebration, Mea plans to cope by having a stiff drink before dealing with her challenging mother-in-law, Azalea. Azalea immediately becomes difficult upon seeing Mea, making snide remarks about her punctuality and hinting at her potentially being Cal's next wife. Cal's close childhood friend is also present, seated beside him as per Azalea's insistence, a situation Mea reluctantly tolerates. Cal surprises his mother by gifting her an expensive present, bought using Mia's money without her knowledge. At a family gathering, Mea sits beside her sister-in-law, Charlize, who is married to Cal's brother, Ray. The conversation turns uncomfortable when Charlize reveals buying paintings by a painter named Zaire, upsetting Ray. During the drive home, Cal apologizes to Mea for purchasing the watch and admits to selling their piano to afford it. He justifies this by mentioning that since Mea no longer played it, she shouldn't mind its sale. Cal stresses his wish to support his ailing mother, who has been a pillar of strength for him. The next day at work, Mea encounters Zaire, a painter accused of murder. Zaire recounts police raids damaging his commissioned artworks and vehemently denies the murder allegations, blaming a grudge held by the DA. Despite concerns about conflicts of interest due to her brother-in-law being the DA, Zaire insists on hiring Mea and offers to pay her. Mea agrees to review the case and asks him to leave his contact information with her secretary instead of exchanging numbers. Skipping ahead, Mea and Charlize exit the gym and encounter protesters outside a local gallery, urging the removal of Zaire's art, which the gallery owner ignores. Mea mentions Zaire's request for representation and considers it, while Charlize notes Ray's interest in the negative talk about Zaire. Later that evening, as Mea reviews Zaire's files, Cal confronts her upon learning about her contemplation of representing Zaire. He insists that she refrain from taking the case, emphasizing that she shouldn't oppose his brother. Mea boldly confronted him with her money, demanding he pick a bill to pay. It's revealed she's been covering medical expenses for Cal's uninsured mother. Cal, an anesthesiologist fired for substance abuse, hasn't told his family. After their argument, Mea meets Zaire at his home. Inside, she finds him painting and feels a sense of longing. Zaire urges her to explore before discussing business. Mea directs Zaire to share all he knows, and he begins by recounting his romance with Heidi, starting in Italy and ending mysteriously after an exhibition. Mea questions Zaire about the crime scene, noting the extensive blood splatter that even extended to the neighbor's property. She informs him about skull fragments discovered in one of his paintings and initiates a thorough interrogation that unsettles him. Presenting a video where his ex accuses him of plotting her murder, Zaire refutes its validity, perplexed by her motives for recording it. Despite the compelling evidence, such as a $3 million life insurance policy taken out on the victim, Zaire's apparent lack of knowledge about these events leads Mea to consider representing him. That evening, upon returning home, Mea finds her mother and brother-in-law waiting for her. Azalea cooked dinner for them, but the tense atmosphere made sharing a meal with someone holding animosity uninviting. Ray announces his mayoral candidacy, heightening tensions within the family. He subtly hints at knowing about Mea potentially representing Zaire.
Excuse me?
Your brother-in-law is going to win that case.
As Ray aims to implicate him without noble intentions like safeguarding women or public safety. Although she doesn't reveal her decision that night, Mea opts to represent Zaire. The next day, Charlize apologizes for Azalea and Ray finding out about Zaire. Mea questions Charlize's motives for bringing up Zaire, feeling frustrated and trying to hide her anger amidst Azalea's sickness and family discord. Mea is visited by Jimmy, her childhood friend, and a trusted private investigator who is like family to her. Sensing her stress, Jimmy takes her for a walk. He had informed Mea about Cal's troubles before his job loss and has been closely monitoring the situation, dedicated to supporting Mea. Jimmy has been trying to locate Heidi's family in Mexico without success. During their discussion, he picks up on Mia's hesitancy about representing Zaire and hopes she is doing it based on a belief in his innocence rather than anger towards her in-laws. Mea reassures him of her conviction. In a meeting with the judge and Ray to address conflicts, Ray accuses Mea of taking the case out of spite. Surprisingly, the judge allows Mea to represent Zaire, but warns them both of the consequences if things go wrong. Moving forward, Jimmy engages Zaire in conversation to assess his character. Jimmy brings up a statement from one of Zaire's former partners describing their intense sexual encounters, where Zaire displayed aggressive behavior. Zaire argues that the encounters were mutual and passionate. While observing Zaire, Jimmy notices him smiling while recalling intense moments, mentioning that he ended things with a partner who couldn't handle the intensity. When asked about similar activities with Heidi, Zaire denies it, emphasizing his deep love for her. After questioning Zaire and sensing deception, both Jimmy and Mea doubt Zaire's honesty. Jimmy decides to investigate further in Mexico, while Mea advises Zaire on maintaining a credible image and cautions him about potential drug tests. In their discussion, Zaire professes his love for Heidi, denies hurting her, and downplays the significance of the ex's statement. Mea assures Zaire that Jimmy will uncover the truth. A few days later, Jimmy updates Mea on his search progress, mentioning challenges in finding Heidi's family or birth records. Despite the obstacles, Jimmy remains committed to the search. Then, Mea asks Zaire about Renee Carter, the gallery owner from earlier. Zaire reveals that Renee supported his art career and connected him with influential people, but became bitter when he left her for someone else after achieving success. Zaire tries to establish a personal connection with Mea, but she steers the conversation back to the main topic. Understanding Zaire's struggle of being overlooked, she shares her own challenges of looking after her husband and mother-in-law. Zaire seizes on this moment and encourages Mea to express her marital feelings through art, guiding her to paint waves in the color blue. Uncomfortable with their closeness, Mea excuses herself, citing a train she must catch. Zaire offers to drive her home on his motorcycle, but she opts for an Uber to maintain distance. While on the train, Mea reflects on her discussions with Zaire, particularly the intimate details from his file. Despite Zaire's subtle attempts at flirting, Mea starts feeling an attraction towards him, even daydreaming about taking risks. Upon reaching home, she decides to reconnect with her husband. The next day, Cal arrives with flowers for Mea, who keeps her distance.
How about dinner tonight? No, after therapy.
During their conversation, Zaire interrupts by touching her back, trying to introduce himself to Cal, who shows no interest and leaves. When Zaire asks why Mea didn't visit his loft, she explains her preference for meeting at the office for better focus. Zaire expresses discomfort with the media attention and insists on meeting at his loft, despite Mia's advice. The following day, Mea visits Zaire at his loft, where he reveals his feelings for her and praises different aspects of her. Despite his advances, Mea redirects the conversation to the case. Feeling rejected, Zaire opens up about his trust issues and proposes to find a new lawyer. Zaire abruptly decides to go dancing, disregarding Mia's concerns about being seen. He urges her to leave, as he plans to head out. Hesitating briefly, Mea ultimately decides to follow him down a dimly lit staircase to a vibrant party happening below. The following day, Mea meets Zaire once more, and he apologizes. Mea emphasizes her desire to maintain professionalism and set boundaries. Zaire questions her boundaries and attempts to kiss her neck, but he is not alone that night. As Mea leaves to give him privacy, she catches a glimpse of a painting, a depiction of her face. Meanwhile, Zaire engages in intimate activities with another person, making sure Mea watches as she tries to leave. He only allows her to depart when he decides. After this unsettling encounter, Mea receives a photo from Jimmy showing Cal with his childhood friend entering a hotel room, which deeply upsets her. Determined, she returns to Zaire's place, where they share intimate moments, leading Mea to ride on a bike with him and engage in further intimacy. Later, a painting of Mea hangs above the bed, symbolizing Zaire's hold over her. Mea, unaware of the consequences, becomes entangled in a relationship that could jeopardize her career. In a fast forward, Mea arrives at work to find Charlize and her husband anxiously waiting for her. Mea initially disregards her husband's concerns until Charlize mentions the Winston Hotel, revealing that everyone is there for Azalea's health. Feeling guilty, Mea visits Zaire to resign as his lawyer, referring him to someone else. Despite Zaire's assurance of secrecy, she decides to end their professional relationship. Meeting with Renee, Mea learns about Zaire's manipulative patterns, including his use of art to control women. Renee's account mirrors Mia's experience, with Zaire employing similar tactics of painting portraits and hanging them above his bed. Disturbed, Mea heads to Zaire's place, removes the portraits, and discovers him working on a new painting featuring multiple portraits before Heidi's, resembling her own artistic journey. After visiting Ray's house with Cal, Mea senses tension in the room immediately. Ray and Azalea regard her suspiciously, and Ray positions Cal beside him. Aware that Mea reported an inappropriate client relationship to the judge, Ray hesitates, prompting Mea to disclose the situation to Cal. Charlize attempts to defuse the situation, but Ray silences her, while Azalea criticizes Mea and suggests Cal deserves better. Cal urges Mea to be honest, leading Mea to confess her relationship with Zaire. Cal reacts by getting upset and questioning Mea, eventually admitting to his struggles with job loss and rehab. Despite this, Charlize follows Mea outside to offer support, though she is called back inside by her husband, leaving their conversation unfinished. Skipping ahead, Mea finds herself in Guatemala watching Chicago news. The report reveals that Zaire accepted a plea deal with the chance of parole. Jimmy contacts Mea, concerned about her well-being and Cal's, mentioning Cal's return to counseling. Despite Jimmy's worry, Mea brushes off the conversation, promising to check in later. While jogging, Mea unexpectedly encounters Heidi, believed to be deceased, who then steals Mia's phone after a brief chase. Frustrated with the lack of police assistance, Mea reaches out to Charlize, requesting to speak with Ray, surprising both of them. Mea informs Ray that Heidi is alive, claiming Zaire's innocence. Ray becomes alarmed upon learning of Jimmy's intent to investigate, urging Mea to return to the US for assistance. Despite warnings, Mea decides to confront Zaire alone, a decision that may prove to be a significant mistake. Charlize's presence offers an opportunity for guidance, yet Mea proceeds independently. Jimmy contacts Mea, sharing shocking details via email that lead her to a red-lit room where she discovers portraits of Charlize, unveiling Charlize's affair with Zaire as the reason behind Ray's determination to imprison him. Amidst this revelation, mother-in-law approached Mea under the guise of offering assistance, but Mea, sensing something amiss, accidentally breaks her phone during the encounter. Ray and Mustard's behavior raises Mia's suspicions, especially when Ray unexpectedly offers her a drink. Mea manages to forward Jimmy's email to Ray exposing Azalea's cancer lie, unaware that Ray is already aware. Ray expresses his disapproval of Mea, revealing his past objections to Cal marrying her. In a shocking turn, Ray hands Charlize a knife, intending harm, but Charlize retaliates, leading to a struggle that leaves her unconscious. In the chaos, Mea confronts Mustard and Law, subduing Mustard before fleeing the house. Ray attacks her outside, but Mea escapes in a pickup truck. Ray, Mustard, and Law pursue her, clinging to the truck as Mea crashes it into a tree and flees on foot. Spotting a car, Mea realizes it's Cal. Initially appearing concerned, Cal's behavior shifts as Mea overhears a call, revealing his complicity with Ray. Cal confesses to being manipulated by Ray, who advocates violence to control Mea. A confrontation ensues, leading Mea to cause a fatal accident that results in Cal's death. Ray is arrested, Zaire is freed, and Mea severs ties with her past, ignoring Zaire's attempts to reconnect. She disposes of her phone, symbolizing her decision to move on from the turmoil.